here I am looking at the overall performance of all the SnappyMart stores. You can see the profit margin of each store color-coded on the map and overall product mix and revenue trend on the other parts of the screen. Everything in MicroStrategy is dynamic and actionable so that you can simply click on one of the underperforming stores in the map and see some more detailed information like product mix and revenue trend of that specific store. So I will go ahead and click on one of the underperforming stores, and you can see that now the store 1699 has been selected, and it has less than 15% of the profit margin, which is lower than our expectation. And you can also see that the product mix is more to the gasoline, which is unusual compared to the average SnappyMart stores. Since the profit margin for gasoline is lower than other goods, as a gas station retail chain, we are trying to drive more people in by selling gasoline, but make more profit by selling more goods. So bad product mix is highly correlated to bad profit margin. One of the other information that I can notice here is that the commercial area type of this particular store is airport. I can actually search the name of the airport like LAX to see that this particular store is actually right next to the airport. I will come back to this later to show you how MicroStrategy incorporates advanced analytics using R. For now, I will focus more on what happened to store 1699. From the bottom panel, you can see that there actually is a peak of gas sales from June to August, which makes sense since it's the vacation season and this store is right next to the airport. You can also indicate that the profit margin of this store is not bad for the entire time period, but gets worse when there is more gas sales. So probably it's not the store having any issues with its store operations, but it's just a lot of people are traveling to the airport, and since they're about to be on the plane, they just don't buy any goods. So I decided to see if it's really about the store being near the airport. To do that, I will go ahead and grab some external information about the business airports in the United States from Wikipedia. Research US airports. And this will give me a list of data sets that are available on the web, and I will select the very first one from the list and click on prepare data, and then I get to do a simple data preparation so that I can use this information for my analysis. I'm not gonna use all the fields here, so I will click on do not import, and I will rename this to airport traffic. And I will also map the IATA code to one of my project attributes called nearby airport. Click submit. Click finish. And now I have my new data set prepared for my analysis. And in MicroStrategy, you can have multiple layers in a single map visualization. So on the map visualization that has the profit margin information of all the SnappyMart stores, I can simply add another layer that shows us the traffic of the business airports in the United States. I'll drag and drop the nearby airport to geo attribute, and I will drag and drop the airport traffic as a size by. I will also filter out our stores to see only the stores that have a commercial area type as airport, and now I can see that the two stores that are underperforming are actually near airports, but there is one store near an airport with a very good profit margin. So there has to be something that we are missing, and I want to see if there's anything that the store 5369 is doing differently than two underperformers. If click on this blue bubble here, you can see that there also is a revenue peak from June to August, but the difference is that the goods sales also goes up when the gas sales goes up. I can actually drag and drop the store attribute to my visualization and create a comparison between a good performing store and underperforming store. So here the problem that the underperformers have is that the goods sales don't go up when there are more gas sales. And more gas sales actually mean more customer traffic, and as you might know, gas sales is very self-serviced and you don't need any store agent for that. But if you want to buy something from a convenience store, there has to be someone in the store who's serving the customers. So I want to add information about staffing and see if there's anything noticeable there. I have a separate system that has daily staffing data for each store, and I happen to have a data set prepared by my IT. So I will go add existing data set and browse to store staffing data set. In this data set, I have the daily man-hour data for all the stores, and now I can simply drag and drop my man-hour metric to my visualization and replace the profit margin with the man-hour metric. And here you can see the difference. Store 5369 has been putting more workforces when there was more traffic. Compared to that, the underperforming stores tend to have a very flat line in terms of staffing. So what happened was, when going to a gas station on the way to the airport, even if you want to buy something, you really don't want to be waiting in a line. Therefore, by putting more staffs to serve customers when there's more traffic, there is no line, more good sales, and better profit. This is a very good example of using MicroStrategy to get an actionable insight by analyzing data from various data sources. Before I finish, I want to take a minute to go back to the commercial area type. Commercial area type is one of the key elements that we use for this demo. If you see the geospatial analysis tab, MicroStrategy is actually running a R script that calculates the real-time minutes to the airport and to see if the store is actually on the way to the airport. This is a great example of MicroStrategy's extensibility to advanced analytics. MicroStrategy is not just a simple self-service visualization tool. MicroStrategy is the most comprehensive analytics platform that gives you all aspects of business analytics.